good for Endpoint and not so good for Big. And well, let's start with this pistol round. Mantu in a decent position towards Henny. However, he has his head cleanly taken off, and Surreal, the lowest rated player on this roster, a fantastic start for him, hasn't taken a single point of damage. And the bomb's going to get planted with Heavy God lurking and holding the flanks. They know that everyone's coming from CT. I'm interested by the choice of buying a Molotov there, and then smoking it as well. Sorry, yeah, the CT side mollied and then smoked the Molotov. I don't really know, but that's overall a great round from Endpoint. Like, that pistol round's just done.
Yeah, you mentioned Surreal's double, very, very critical entries on point, and now, of course, 2v5 for twistzz and Crimbo. Quite a hard round to dissect for them. They know Endpoint are just going to play for the round. Staving here is actually terrible for the CT side. If you're ever in a 2 versus 5 like this, and someone calls save, I mean, it depends. A, kills for damage. B, the T side get more money for letting the bomb go off than they do hunting heads. So you definitely don't want to give it to them like that. twistzz finding a few here with his USP. Azu trying to get away, but able to just destroy him. Straight headshot there. And then P2 10-point play for trade. There should be a 5th on the board. Leg spotted. Crimbo playing with fire. Max is going to find Sin. Mantu trades. Problem is, they've been sold a dream. They think, oh, hold on, there's been a bit of a pull towards B. But the push is on A. No, sir. The push is B all along. Crimbo considering it, thinking about it. Nade goes out as well. Now taking face. Heavy God finds him. Orp should save. That is going to be that very convincing follow-up.
I think this is a big round now. Like, that round they just won for Endpoint is a big confidence round, because it's like, okay, we've maybe had those first 4 where it's been against like weirder buys. We've had max 10s like quite easily. That, I think, is always something you maybe need to take into account when you are the German side of like, look, we just kind of lost, and there's no really 2 ways about it. Like, we didn't really contest. And
Miz, even 3v4, they've wasted half the time getting ready. Nice shot from Max, and he's able to back out as well. Big aren't even available for a trade. Big aren't available to throw a counterpoint in. Nice shots from twistzz and Sin. Heavy God 1v2. Kivrin can come up close, and he hits the second. twistzz on the defuse. 5 seconds tick. Heavy God needs to connect. One shot with the Glock will do it. And of course he connects. 1v3 for Heavy Gods.
oh my god, that is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm quite astonished by this. Your 2-0 is looking pretty good right now, but Mantu, that is a step in the right direction. Prosos not caught off guard, and finally success for the German side. Should be anyways. Like, you know, I don't want to jinx it, but this should be. Heavy God has made some pretty good space with a kill, but Sin is so actively searching for him. And Heavy God still finds the frag, only survives on 2 HP. Bogdan's law does dictate Slen should give over that AWP, but Heavy God with the rifle, incredible space, but sadly that low HP and the inability to get an instant headshot is going to be his downfall. Grenade, it's good. Slen might have thought that he just gets the kill straight out with the grenade, but sadly enough for him, that is not the case. And twistzz
and walking in with his AWP as well. Could be trusted for one. Oh, he's going to have seen that, and he's going to know the boost is there. Now it's a 3v3, second man on site, and second man in his crosshair sees him up in headshots. Len will be screaming that to his teammates. Now they know the round's back on. Surreal's going to go for the plant. This should be stopped though, shouldn't it? Or at least it should be. It's not. And Sin is able to find them both. But wow, what an attempt from Endpoint there. 3v4 and 30 seconds left, Freddy. 2 kills and a bomb plant. They won't say no.
He's none the wiser. 3 players right in front of him. Sin takes the first contact. Crimbo, it's all down to him, but sadly 2 is all he gets. And Mantu now to eating those HEs at the beginning. His AWP on the other side of the map is going to do what Big do best.
East side wondering when does it stop? You know, when the Big get a moment's notice and a bit of a breath here on Vertigo. I know they won 2 rounds consecutively, but that one being. Be careful, Slam!
What?
Oh my god, it's gone from bad to worse. It wasn't just the opener, but it's a complete disaster out on ramp. Guns to get picked up. Surreal moves for the bomb. The right way over the boost. Heavy God's got to be careful because he's a dead man walking. Oh my god, no! Oh, how are they trolling this one away? Mantu against 2. One does get dropped. Low HP for them both. There is a nade in Mantu's hands. He'll chuck it, or at least get ready for it. Chucks it right side. Surreal slip close left. And unless the AWP's going to hit a quick scope or a no scope, Cyril's got the round in his pocket. Mantu's probably expecting him to play for the round, not to play up close. Noise is being made. Mantu's starting to move on in, and he will hit the shot. 8-3 the scoreline. Mantu holds on. Blocks one, and he'll be running out of that smoke and into another, so he's got to be careful. Nice shot from Azu, 2v5, and it seems to be that technical pause has just built up rounds of pressure and anger and just the desire to rush. And they've just flung it right up ramp, 3 kills.
I rate it.
9-3 the scoreline.
Yeah, I rate that so much. Like, when you're in a position and you have come out of a technical pause, and honestly, your fast stuff is also the stuff that's worked. I feel like it's a bit like you're gonna catch big off guard with the pace, which is really good on like one stepstone, and then you also just gone back to what's working. And I think that's a huge round to win because Mantu obviously was the only player alive in the last. And then in the previous, there was also not many. So you have very narrow economy for big. And are they even going to save this AWP? Mantu, he is skulking around middle. And yeah, he's actually somehow slipped the net. You know what? Fair enough. He's got 7.3k, but everyone around him has no money. It is going to be a buy for the next.
Still a 4v4, and it's still rifles against pistols, though. Oh my word, they've got to be careful. Slen finding twistzz. Oh, and that molly, that's gotta hurt. It's information given. Crimbo only for one. Slen and Cyril both finding the frags. And with that, another dismantlement of the A site. And the round should just be over.
Should be, but we have seen Mantu in this position before. He is the new James. He is saving every single round, but this time it's not going to be plausible. And also, yeah, I like they invest into that round, and I could have seen why. But, like, history can repeat itself, and that is something we've already seen today. BNE finally broke their curse and finally won a game. And right now, big, I think this would be quite a monumental loss for them, honestly. I think not necessarily because Endpoint are bad, just because, like, they shouldn't be... Like, you're going to Pro League soon. These officials are great for getting the reps in, especially for big right now when they're a new team. There's a big difference between pracking and officials.
Never ideal. Mighty Max getting Crimbo means numbers advantage back in the favor here of Endpoint. Molly towards default. Sin. Oh, burning. He's dead. He's absolutely dead. Azu with a molly nade combo that has just blasted the rifleman down. And realistically now, 2 versus 4. This is going to be 12-3 at the half.
And it's just done perfectly. zywoo, oh my god, he's been playing fantastic, and he's just going to get the final frag as well. Well, Slen technically, but zywoo, 17-9. zywoo. And it's actually a really weird round from big. They are going towards A, and it's the non-silenced USPs that are going to be the ones on the chopping block. And well, that's why you should silence your USP. That's why you should cover up, because everyone is falling one by one. That's a flawless round for big. So very identical pistol rounds on both the teams' T side.
Do you think there's any need to risk the 4 rifles now when Heavy God can just get the loss bonus and rebuy? Maybe they do have a little look just to see what's going on. The flashes are pretty effective. Now, the tune might just change because there's a chance. Crimbo with 1, not with a second though, because zywoo wants more. The damage is there. zywoo finds 3. The retake Maestro right now. Mantu against the rest. 5 seconds on the defuse. Azu's got it. It's a stick. It's a missed shot. It's a 1 round. Endpoint, they were shaping up to save. But Azu on knight and shining armor for Endpoint. He walks in. He fights 3. He wins the rounds. 35 seconds to spare. This is scary. Crimbo, oh my word. But still gets caught out by Heavy God. Has to drop a smoke because his position's compromised. Nade lobbed in. Mighty Max going to try and throw some ammunition downtown, and he will connect. Azu steals the kill, but still all the same as Process falls. 20 seconds left, still in quad. Heavy God hasn't moved a muscle. Mantu finally gets him. 2v2, bomb plant, tapped, not stuck. Max starting to move on in, Orpa caught out. Now he knows, 7 seconds, but Sim will win out the clutch. 1 versus 2, it's as close as you like, but it is 7 on the board. As big. 55 seconds left. It sits silent after the entry frag. Onto Heavy God. No one dares to move a muscle after it. It's a nade towards mini ramp. It's a peak that catches Slend out completely. And this round, it should just be over. Max gets tagged up. Crimbo, he's able to walk into sight, both players with their back turned. And Cyril left to save. Little worry now for Endpoint because we have just thrown away a very valuable opportunity to find 15.
That might worry me. And I think that's when alarm bells flare. but Endpoint are still going to be in that driver's seat until it's 14-14. And with pros, actually everyone's here. They're just going to run straight for the Molotovs. They're doing what zywoo did to them. zywoo's going to get caught off guard. He is in no man's land, and that kit does get dropped from Max. Lend can't quite connect a shot. zywoo, he's got everything to do, and he almost does just do that, but he seemingly has done enough because Heavy God and Surreal coming in from these rotations make it a 2 versus 2. Prosos and Crimbo, they do have smokes apiece, so they can drop, and they've also picked one up. Bomb gets identified on the site, so that's confirmed, but Surreal goes a little bit too far ahead, goes against what his teammate was doing. And Endpoint, well, that could have been it for theirs. zywoo almost went nuclear, but unfortunately, big, they go on to 11.
Yeah, tapz moving through middle. His teammates here to join him. Max, just the man that wanted with a plan, but 4v2, 3 kills go the way. The bomb's dropped. Hold on a second. Surreal fighting for his life. Back and forth between the angles. 1v1. And Slender's in a bad spot here, but he's a little bit late to the party. Crimbo able to plant. Slend thinking maybe, just maybe, is this a fake? It isn't. He knows he's committed now, but can't win the fight. Crimbo with a 1 versus 2. Oh, that was scary, wasn't it?
Terrifying.
Well, they are going to give it a whirl. A very good go at that. Push on in. Heavy God can't find the frag. Needs Surreal to find 2, but can only dibble over for the 1. 3v3 and the site given up. Nade pretty well placed. As we put in Sin. The half HP. Flashbang goes over the top. Max is going to use it as a medium to push up to the smokes. Max spotted by the AWP of and 2, but he doesn't connect. Instead gets dinked and a second shot, and that is better. Endpoint now 1 kill away from securing 15. It's Sin against the lot. Need to get on the bomb somewhat soon, and Max has got it covered. 15-14. Welcome, Endpoint. Now, they're not fighting for OT, Freddy. They're fighting for a win.
I mean, sure, fair enough.
For the AWP.
Is that going to be the reason why they win? Because Mighty Max, someone who I have never seen AWP ever, deters them from the A-bomb site. It's all on Surreal. He has got a zywoo in rotation. Ryan, they have to go nuclear.
Oh, and it's Surreal. He has got 1 man to join him. It's Azu. Problem is, this utility is going to be pretty strong. Flash goes high, and everyone blind, really. Both sides of the coin looking a little worse for wear. Nice start for Surreal. Not for Azu, though, because both kills go Process's way. Max 1v2. They knew he had an AWP. Now he has the AK. Can he win it out? Both players half. Max wants to make sure the drop is silent. Turns away, turns back. Mansu has a look back in. Spotted. AWP can't find the frag, but it will on the second time of asking. And we're not done in 30 rounds, Freddy. We go to OT. Nice. Very nice shot from Crimbo. Look at the push from Heavy God, though. Should have been good for 2. But 1.5 plus the information on the bomb is more than valuable to Endpoint.
Oh, I like this. Potential run boost. Oh, it works perfectly, actually. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, like, the original aim to bait our shot actually does work. But now you've just kind of confirmed that, like, both players are there. And, yeah, that's actually a good cleanup. And zywoo, what a round. 4 kills. Oh, what a lineup, actually. That is such a... I want to see where that exactly lands. I feel like it's going to be a bonky grenade. And now with the util, yeah, it's like, well, honestly, not as big of a nade, but it's just still like small little bits of damage that does go a really long way. And in some instances makes the M4s an AK with the 1-tap potential. These last 3 T players, they're trying to make their way up. They will get the bomb down successfully. Deep elevator smoke is going to be good for now. However, in combination of the AWP and the nade, Slend will find that regular taps in 4 versus 2. It's getting even worse now for Big.
I'll tell you what, that is a sick shot from Azu, and just running through the smoke. It's damage, no frag.
What?
Surreal finishes the job, and that's it, up to 17. And you got to think, that started with a 4v5. That started with Max getting plucked out of the sky on ramp. And from there, what on earth? Azu just found a double. AWP of Slend finds a third. 3 for 2. They'll take that on ramp. Big's decision now, Freddy, is do you stay or do you rotate?
Miss smoke there. and he's going to be able to utilize it. Man2 caught lacking. Now they're going to swing out. They know Crimbo's on the bomb. He knows Max is towards elevators. The issue is Heavy God is so far away. And I think Crimbo is going to anticipate someone being far away. Does he understand that it's going to be towards the flank or towards CT? He understands that Heavy God is actually coming behind him, but it does not matter. And that round is all a zywoo. Slend getting one as well. It was scary, but the fact he just gets one there is good enough.
Doesn't show you that this kid's got potential. I don't know what does. Nade well placed as well. Process playing catch.
Good molly this would be.
I was going to say, going to try and deliver it back. Flash is good, but Surreal does one better. Fires blind. Able to get the frag. Nades, everything tossed in. Nice shot from tabseN onto azu. Problem is the death cam now lasting so long, they don't know if he's backed up or he stays at sandbag. In the meantime, Max and Slend both repositioning here on gap. They just slammed the brakes. Someone's going to walk into their crosshair. It's Sin into Max's, but no frag. And with an AWP, Slend can only fire for one before the trade comes in. 1 out of 3 now found for big.
Forces zywoo into a fight on headshot by sandbags there. And because of that, it was a game changer. But speaking of zywoo, he's up ramp, and it's not even a zywoo that gets the kill. Mighty Max is there to help him, and it's going to be Mighty Max that might actually just solidify us for Endpoint. My God, a zywoo just clearing the space and letting his IGL do all the work.
It's the last round of the game. You don't have to go and save the gunner if you win this, you know. There's no time left. You stay on the site, you fight. That smoke actually hindering Man2 because he knows Max was there. Crimbo blocks it off. Now what? 3v2, halfway ticked. Got to get the ball rolling, and it just works out for Slend. There's the first. Man2 against 3, and it doesn't matter how good you think this guy is with his AWP. There is no chance. Surreal will fight it. 19-16. It took him a damn good while, but Endpoint with map 1.
What a bizarre game.